You are lost in a maze of twisty passages, all alike. There are exits to the north, south, and west. On the floor in front of you is a small key, a brass trumpet, and a monkey with a book of questions. Who will kill the dragon with their bare hands, and who will be eaten by a grue? All this and more in the latest episode of the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz Podcast. And we're back. It's episode 3 of season 2 of The Missing Monkey, and we are here to do another round of the quiz. Today playing, we have Joe Higton. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm okay.
Now, this is your first time playing, isn't it?
It is.
And you've been our web support since the very beginning.
Somewhat.
Have you actually bothered listening to any episodes since we started?
I've listened to at least half an episode, yes.
Wonderful. Well, that's obviously... Do you feel that being our web development has actually helped you, other than reading up on the questions that are hiding in the secret directory?
No.
Okay, then. Did you look up the questions today?
Maybe.
Okay, then. Right, going down the line, we have Paul James. How are you doing?
All right, thanks, John.
Now, this is your returning visit, is it not?
It is. Yes.
Now, since you were last on, you've actually signed on to be one of our question hunters.
Yes.
And I love the way that you volunteered numerous times to write the questions for today's episode.
Why did I think of that?
Did you think that might give you a bit of a sneaky advantage?
I thought it was worth a try.
Okay. Well, you did supply us with some questions. I've binned them all.
Thank you.
But hopefully that might do you some good to at least know where we're coming from.
Excellent.
All right, moving down the line once again, we have Will, Watson, James. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Now, this would be your first time on the Monkey, would it not?
I'm very scared.
And are you a geek?
Yes.
What sort of geek are you? Comics, books, games, what?
Games and sci-fi novels.
Okay, what's the last sci-fi novel you read?
The last one I read is Long Earth by Terry Pratchett.
You've only read the first one?
Yeah.
There's plenty more to go.
I know, but I've stopped reading Pratchett because
You
there's
wanna
only a
take
few.
it
There's only a
slow.
few left, you know.
All right. Well, we're going to start, as always, with round 1. Now, round 1 is 15 questions on the buzzers. If you get a question right, then I will ask you, and only you, a follow-up question for a follow-up point. Every question is worth 1 point. There's no bonus points, no negative points, none of that arbitrary nonsense. Now, we're going to have to test the buzzers to make sure that you're all in the game. Joe? Wilf? And Paul?
It is cobblers.
Right, the new addition for Series 2 is that round 1 is split into a series of categories. So the first category for round 1 is pets. Ready? Question 1. What's the name of Data's cat? Really? I thought this was known far and wide. It's not like I'm asking for the name of Data's lump that he has on his back. Seriously, you look at it, it's got a massive... Go on, anybody. Data's cat. I think we're going to have to move on. It was Spot. All right, question 2. Whose pet was a genetically engineered lynx called Baddest? Well,
It was Ozymandias.
it was Ozymandias or Ozymandias, whichever way you want to go with it. His real name being?
I can't remember.
Yeah, can't remember. All right, then. Your follow-up question. Which character from Charlton Comics was Ozymandias based on?
I don't know.
Okay. It was Pete Cannon Thunderbolt, and if you don't know the story behind that, go on the internet. It's really good. Question 3. What pet of Athena does Zeus order her to give to Perseus? It's in Clash of the Titans. It's not from the ancient myths, it's Clash of the... These people. I mean, really. It's Ray Harryhausen Jr. films here. You should know this stuff.
Type of animal at least, if not the name.
Nothing. Audience?
Is it the Clockwork Owl?
It is the Clockwork Owl, which is called Bubo. Or Bubo, whichever way you want to go with it. Audience, your follow-up question.
Yay.
Which pet of Poseidon is released to face Perseus for the final battle?
I believe he released the Kraken!
Thank you very much. No points for extra characterisation, but yes, you get a bonus point for that. Question 4. In which farming game can you choose to keep one additional animal in the house as a pet? We've got an awesome selection of kids here.
It's such range.
I know, they know everything about everything. Audience?
All creatures great and small. Or a bricklayer.
You really make me sigh. Yes, it is a bricklayer. Well done. Alright.
The
Your
audience is
follow-up
gonna
question. What animal was added for the two-player game follow-up, All Creatures Great and Small?
Things I've actually ever played a bricklayer, so I'm going to guess horses.
It is a horse. Well done. So far, 4 questions in. The audience has scored 4 points. Wilf's on 1, and the other 2 have yet to even show the faces. All right, question 5 on pets. And I'm really thinking I'm just going to flush the game away on this one. Supergirl. Supergirl once had a super horse that she once had an affair with when it was briefly human. Name that horse. Oh, dear. Its name...
It is cobblers.
Paul?
Jeff.
No. But at least it proves you're alive. Well done.
I'm keeping my powder dry for round 2.
Okay. It was Comet. Comet the super horse. He was a member of the Legion of Super Pets. Never mind. Alright, let's move on to a different category. Obviously, pets isn't your thing. Let's go on to starships. Can we do starships? Anyone ever heard of a starship?
I've heard of a starship.
Alright. Question 6. Who flew the Starship Ajax from Sky City right into the wedding hall of Mingo City?
It is
Wilf.
cobblers.
Was it Flash Gordon?
It was Flash Gordon. Have a point. Your follow-up question. Who built the spaceship that took Flash and Dale to planet Mongo? Oh, he's pulling his face.
I don't know.
Okay. Go on, Paul.
Dr. Zarkov.
It was Dr. Zarkov. You don't get the point, but well done. Question 7. Who is the opera singer aboard the intergalactic cruise liner Floston Paradise? She's blue.
Yeah.
She waves her arms a lot. She doesn't live to the end of the film either. Nothing? Anyone?
Can't remember at all.
It was Plava Laguna. Question 8, and this one should predate everybody in the room. I wish I was a spaceman, the fastest guy alive. I'd fly you round the universe in...
It is cobblers.
Paul.
Fireball XL5.
Fireball XL5. Well done. Have a point.
Cheers.
Your follow-up question.
Sorry.
Who was the pilot of International Rescue Space Rescue Vehicle Thunderbird 3?
Alan Tracy.
Well done. Have a point. Trying to guess randomly one of the Tracy brothers, were you?
One of the ones I couldn't pin a spaceship on, yes.
That's the one. It was Alan Tracy. Well done. Have a point. Question 9. Everybody back on buzzers. In what game do you start with a Kestrel-class ship running to Galactic Federation HQ, dodging numerous dangers on the way? Wilf.
Is it Elite?
No, it's not. Right. Elite, you kind of make up what you want to do as you go. Audience,
FTL.
it is FTL. Audience, do you want to swap with all 3 of them?
That might be embarrassing.
Audience, your follow-up question.
For the life of me.
How many sectors do you have to traverse to win?
8.
It is 8. You can have another point. Question 10. Slightly easier. Let's try this one. Star-Lord's ship is the Milano. After who or what is it named? Wilf.
Alyssa Milano.
It is Alyssa Milano, and she played...
One of the people in Charmed.
Okay. She also played Jenny Matrix in Commando.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which would be dated before Star-Lord actually went off into space, just in case anyone was curious. Just favourite actress. Moving on. Your follow-up question. What's the name of the ship Ronan uses to attack Xandar?
I wish I knew the answer to make you have some pride in me, but I know.
It was the Dark Aster. Alright, let's move on to category 3. Alright, your third choice for points in round 1. Joe, you're still with us.
Yeah, I am.
Okay then. Your third category for round 1 is the Royal Family. During the reign of King Robert Baratheon, who was fourth in line to the throne? Anyone? Will?
Would it have been Marcella Baratheon?
No, it wouldn't. She would be third. Anyone? Make a guess about a name from Game of Thrones? No. They're calculating in their heads, but nobody's making a guess. No, we're going to have to move on. It was Stannis.
I thought Stannis was higher up.
No. You get his kids first and then his brother. Alright? And I thought I would go for the harder one, who was fifth. But no, never mind. Question 12. Which game, again we're going with the games with which you're all experts, which game opens with the player witnessing and then getting blamed for the killing of the Empress of the Isles? Will?
It's... oh no, I don't know.
Do you even know which game we're talking about here?
I jumped the gun a little bit.
Okay. Anyone, anything? This is a video game question. No, none of you play video games. It was Dishonored. Okay then. Question we're just racking up the points here. This is a really high scoring round. Question 13. Who was the ruler of Atlantica and father of Princess Ariel? Or Ariel? Really? Oh my word. It's like pulling teeth. Will?
King Neptune.
No, it wasn't. Go on, audience.
Triton.
It was King Triton from?
Little Mermaid.
Right then. Your follow-up question.
Why don't you sit in the garden?
What did Ariel need to get into? What did Ariel need to gain to complete Ursula's spell?
Her voice?
No.
I
Paul?
think I know this. She needed some legs.
No, she
No.
gained the legs,
I
but
was
what
gonna
did she
say.
need to finish the spell
Oh,
off?
I have no idea.
Alright. Do you watch this with your daughters? No, okay.
Not that one.
She needed true love's kiss.
You gotta kiss the girl.
Proving once again that love is the most magical force in the universe. Question 14. We're nearly at the end of the round. Calm down.
Wasn't it?
Question 14. How did the dead collector correctly identify Arthur as king? Wilf.
Not covered in shit.
He's not got shit all over him. Wilf, your follow-up question. Sorry, Joe, you just didn't get there fast enough. Wilf, your follow-up question. How many attempts does it take to build a castle in a swamp? One day, my son, all this will be yours. What? The curtains?
Is it the fourth attempt?
It is the fourth attempt. Well done. Have a point. Question 15. Another game question. The monster game that won the 2012 Golden Geek Best Family Board Game Award was King of...
Tokyo.
Wilf. Yes, well done. Your follow-up. Give me any two of the 6 monsters competing to be King of Tokyo. Nothing? It's all on you.
1 second. Give me
All right.
thinking about this.
That really helps for an audio podcast. All right.
I can't think of their names. I can only think of the original kaiju. Sorry.
Right. Okay, I'm going to run down some names. You're going to kick yourself here.
I'm going to cry.
Not like Godzilla and Mothra and things.
It was Alienoid, Cyber Bunny, Gigasaur, Kraken, Mecha Dragon, and the King. And I'm going to look at the scoreboard now, and we're all going to cry. Right. Of which, Joe, you have scored a mighty whopping nothing.
Yep.
Goose egg. Zip. Paul, you've managed to rack up 2 points. Well done. Put your fingers away. Will, you've got 6 points. Audience, you've got 7. Well done, audience. And with that, I think I'm going to call it quits with round 1. We'll be back in a minute with round 2. Goodbye. And welcome back to round 2. I've already taken the contestants out and beaten them with a stick. And while doing so, we've had a monkey knife fight to figure out who's going first, second or third. Joe, you're going first, and your specialist subject for round 2 is the King Killer Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss, of which there are 3 books, and only 2 of which are out. They are quite thick, but are you really sure that you're capable of facing a whole 2 books worth of questions?
Well, after the first round, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll have a go.
Well, we're going to hit you with it anyway. Are you ready?
I am.
No buzzer needed. It's all for you. 15 questions. If somebody else knows the answer, if you don't, then they get the chance to throw in the answer, but they won't score anything for it. These are just 15 questions, all for you. You ready?
I am.
All right, question 1. What's the name of Coates Bar?
Well, as in the inn.
Yeah,
The Waystone Inn.
it is the Waystone Inn. Have a point. Your first point of the show. I think
Right.
we'll give you a round of applause for that one.
Oh my gosh.
Question 2. How long does Coates say his story will take to tell?
At least 3 days.
Pardon? It's a very exact, specific amount of time in the books.
3 days is...
It is 3
Yeah.
days. None of this at least rubbish. Right. Question 3. What's the name of the chronicler?
He is Devon Luckies.
Indeed, have a point. Question 4. What creature does Carter bring into the bar?
I want to call it a squirrel. It's a scrael.
It is a scrael or a scraling. Question 5. Who is the leader of the Chandrian?
Oh, this is a really obvious question. Lord Heliax.
Indeed. Question 6. What gift does Felurian give to Kvothe after he leaves the Fey Realm? No, before he leaves the Fey Realm.
A shadow cloak?
A shadow cloak. Do you know what it is in Fey?
No.
It's one of these unpronounceable words that
Yes.
everybody will get wrong. It's a shade.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right. Question 7. How many times has Kvothe called upon the name of the wind so far in the 2 books that have been out?
I want to say twice, but I'm not entirely confident in that answer.
Well, give me a final
Twice.
answer. Twice. It's 3.
Ah,
Fighting Ambrose, holding the Felurian,
Yeah.
and when tested by the Adem.
yeah.
Question 8. Name 2 of the 5 gifts Ori gives to Kvothe.
She gives him an apple.
No.
I'm not going to get this one.
No.
He's technically correct, but they share food, so.
It's not actually a gift,
Nope,
though,
nope.
in that respect.
Okay.
Right. A wooden ring, a kiss, a shaped candle, a key, and a coin.
Yeah.
All of which have florid descriptions
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so on.
yeah.
Question 9. Why does Kvothe think the Adem wear red?
Because they're mercenaries, there's a better answer than this.
It is.
I don't know.
So no one can see them bleed.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Question 10. What is described as being like a rod of Ramston steel?
Allah, or Quoth's Allah.
Indeed it is. Well done. Alright, question 11. How many Chandrian are there?
7.
And do you know where the word Chandrian comes from in the mythology?
From the number 7, 7 of them or something like that.
It is 7 of them. Go on, give me the language.
I can't do any more than that.
I know, I'm just poking you here. It was the Tebic language.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it does mean 7 of them. Alright, question 12. By what name is the arrow catch more popularly known?
Oh. No.
No idea. It's the Bloodless.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Question 13. What book did Abenthi give to Kvothe?
Rhetoric and Logic.
Okay. I was thinking about asking you what the inscription was inside of it, and then I thought that's a bit much.
Yeah, that would have been a bit much.
Alright, question 14. How much did Kvothe pawn it for?
2 silver talents. No, that's too much. 2 something. 2 silver bits? I can't remember.
You going to pass?
2 silver pennies.
It was 2 talents.
Ah.
Aren't talents in gold?
No.
Okay.
Right, I already gave him the point.
Alright. Well, there you go.
Should have
But he
stopped
did
talking.
write. He did write 2 pennies on the bit of paper
Oh yeah,
that he
yeah. So
handed
that he,
across.
yes, that was it. That's what it is.
All right, your final question. What song did Kvothe play to win his pipes?
Oh, he played the lay of somebody.
If you get this right, I'm giving you a round of applause.
Well, I don't think I'm going to get it right. The lay of. No, I'm not going to get it right.
Oh,
I can remember.
such a shame. You're nearly there, but it's a specific name. It's the Lay of Sir Savian Tralliard.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Oh, that was so close, though. You have managed to score 10 points. Well done. Bringing your score up to 10.
It's not a bad comeback.
It's not a bad comeback. You are swinging away straight into the lead there. Well done. Right, moving down the line. Paul, hello.
Hello, sir.
Right, your specialist subject is Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister.
Indeed.
A sitcom written by Paul J and Anthony... Paul? I've forgotten. Anthony J and Jonathan Lynn.
Yes.
Right, back in the 80s. It was a wonderful series and actually educated people on what politics is actually like. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Question 1. Which magazine did Hacker edit before going into politics?
Reform.
Indeed, have a point. Question 2. What degree and from where did Sir Humphrey Appleby graduate?
I had a double first at Oxford. Do you need the college?
I do.
Bailey College.
Okay. Do you know what it was a double first in? I just have
I
a
can't-
first anyway.
I can't remember.
It was classics.
Ah, it was. Very well.
Right. What's Bernard's job title?
He is Jim Hacker's personal private secretary.
It isn't, no.
Is it not?
No, it's his principal
Principal.
private secretary.
Yes. Personal private secretary is somebody else, I think.
All right. Who
Okay.
does the typing?
Mrs. Mackay.
Mrs. Mackay. There are 10 deputy secretaries, 87 under secretaries, 219 assistant secretaries. None of them type. Mrs. Mackay types. She's the secretary.
Indeed.
Question 5. Who drew the opening titles?
Gerald Scarfe.
He did indeed. Well done. Have a point. Question 6. How many scenes in 22 episodes of Yes Minister were filmed in the House of Commons?
None.
None. Absolutely none.
Panic me there.
Yeah. Question 7. Instead of a third world country, or a lesser developed country, what's a TPLAC?
TPLAC is a tin pot little African country.
It is. I love that episode. Question 8. Who was Hacker's political advisor as minister?
Frank
Frank what?
Weisel.
Indeed.
Not Weasel.
Now they call him Weasel enough, I'll go with it. Question 9. In doing the honours, by how much does Hacker demand the departments cut their budgets?
5%
5%.
per year.
Question 10. How is the problem of the Euro sausage solved?
It is solved by redesignating it, reclassifying a sausage as a British sausage.
Indeed it is. Well done, have a point. Question 11. What's special about St Edward's Hospital?
It's completely devoid of patients, but it has plenty of administrative staff.
Do you know how many?
500 administrators.
500 admin, no doctors, nurses
No
or
doctors,
patients.
yeah.
Question 12. What did Lucy Hacker become an environmental activist to save?
Badgers.
Badgers. A stretch of woodland that had badgers in it,
Yes.
except it didn't, apparently.
No.
Question 13. This is far too easy for this level.
Sorry.
What does DAA stand for?
The Department of Administrative Affairs.
Indeed. Question 14. Here we go. Long question for you. You ready?
Go on.
If The Guardian is read by people that think they should run the country, and The Times is read by people who do run the country, who reads The Morning Star?
Morning Star is read by the people who think the country ought to be run by another country.
Indeed. Well done. Have a point. And the people who read The Sun?
Don't care who runs the country as long as she has big tits.
Well done. It's not a bonus point, I just love that line. All right. Question 15, final point. Who were the two people and their jobs that Hacker had to dissuade from becoming PM?
I can't remember their surnames, but there was the current Foreign Secretary
Yeah.
and the current Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Yeah, so give me the names,
so
roughly.
they are going to be Duncan and Eric. but I
Yep,
don't
there
know
we
their
go.
surnames.
It was Eric Jeffreys, Chancellor of the Exchequer, and Duncan Shorts, the Foreign Secretary. You have scored a further 13 points, bringing your score all the way up to 15. Well done. Right, Wilf, your turn.
Okay.
You have got World of Warcraft. You feel confident?
Not now.
Not anymore. Well, you were in the lead. Let's see where you go from here. Right? Question 1. To date of summer 2015, how many classes are there in World of Warcraft? He's counting on his fingers. I'm just giving him an extra time to count on his fingers.
17.
10.
It's 11. Warrior, Paladin, Hunter, Mage, Warlock, Shaman, Druid, Priest, Rogue, Monk and Death Knight.
Skipped priest.
I skip Priest. Alright. Question 2. After the total party kill, what did Leroy Jenkins have that gave him comfort?
He still had chicken.
He still had chicken. Question 3. Who is the greatest human archaeologist in all of Azeroth?
Harrison Jones.
Indeed, have a point. Question 4. Kel Thuzad is the final boss of which raid?
Naxxramas.
Yep, have a point. Question 5. By what name was Prince Arthas Menethil more commonly
He
known?
was the Lich King.
Yeah. You're just going to breeze through all these, aren't you?
No.
Question 6. What's the gold coin cost of Harris Pilton's bag?
Oh, 1,200 gold.
Yep. Which dam was destroyed by Deathwing during Cataclysm?
I can't name it.
No.
No.
The Stone Rorts Dam. Who's the current Lich King?
It's Bolvar Thordragon.
Indeed it is. At what level does a Death Knight start?
55.
Yep. What's the first Warlock pet?
It's an imp.
What sort of imp?
A flame imp.
Yep, it's a fire imp. In Stormwind, where are the Warlock trainers? On the field.
As a Horde player, this is going to be really difficult. Are they in the Old Town district?
There's a specific location you can find them.
I don't know that.
It's the basement of the Slaughtered Lamb in the Mage District.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay. Alright. As of summer of 2015, how many active users are Blizzard claiming are playing?
Currently, it's about 6 million.
I'll go with that. It's 5.6, but they're always wiggling about. Do you know how many it was at summer 2010?
It was 12 million.
It was 12 million. They've dropped a few. All paying on a monthly basis. Oh, God, I wish I had their money. Question 13. Which two creatures are most commonly used for each faction for fast travel?
Griffins and Windriders.
Wind Riders?
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for that.
Sorry.
There's only so much fact checking I can do before we start, but there you go. Let's stick that one into the. Yeah, absolutely right. Have a point. Question 14. Prior to Cataclysm, where was the gnome starting area?
It was Dunmorrow.
Yeah, do you know where in Dunmorrow?
Was it? No, not exactly.
It was Coldridge Valley in Dunmorrow, but I'll give it to you. All right, final question. What race and class is Mr. T?
Oh God, he's a night elf.
He is a night elf, but a night elf what?
I would like to say warrior, but he's not a warrior because
No.
he makes his own class. So
Indeed.
I can't think of it.
It's a night elf.
Mohawk.
Yes! Well done!
I've got to change the numbers now.
Meaning you've scored a further 12 points, bringing your score all the way up to 18. Well done! And just to reiterate, the scoreboard currently stands at Joe on 10 points, Paul on 15, and Wilf on 18. Thank you very much, and we're out. This is the end of round 2. Goodbye. And welcome back to the Missing Monkey Geek Quiz podcast. It's time for round 3, and again I've taken the players out and given them another beating, just because I wanted to this time. Round 3 is 15 questions on the buzzers. I would say that these will be slightly harder questions than round 1, so we might not get very far, but we'll see how it goes. 15 questions on the buzzers. Are your buzzers still working, Paul?
It is cobblers.
Wilf? Joe? Excellent. If you're ready to go, we are off. Question 1. Name any of the residents of 23 Meteor Street, Tufnell Park. No?
It is cobblers.
Paul?
Daisy.
Indeed. Well done. Have a point. What series are we talking there?
Spaced.
We are talking Spaced. Got the others in the house? You've lost your
They've
breath.
escaped me.
Marsha, Brian, Tim and Daisy and Amber that you never actually see. Question 2. Under which name does Terry McGuinness usually operate? No idea. It's become quite popular over the past 10 years or so. It's Batman of the Future.
Right.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
I'll take those.
Question 3. Which game has been around since 1981 and involves wildlife getting mashed by cars and lorries before accidentally drowning?
It is cobblers.
Paul?
Sorry, did you say board game?
No, I didn't. I just said what game.
Frogger.
Indeed, it's Frogger. Have a point. Question 4. What's the main overriding characteristic of Zaphod Beeblebrox's sunglasses?
It is cobblers.
Paul?
At the first hint of danger, they turn totally black.
Yep.
That's preventing you from seeing anything that might alarm you.
Yes, they are peril sensitive.
Peril sensitive.
Question 5. Which is the one issue Annie didn't fix in her 7th season at Greendale Community College? I'm guessing I'm the only person around that watches this then. No idea.
Was it a broken axle on Postman Pat's van?
No. We're talking Community, and the one thing she didn't fix was the frisbees on the roof. Series 7, Episode 1. Never mind. Question 6. What's the name of the arcade bar run and owned by Kevin Flynn after Encom stole his programs and fired him?
It is cobblers.
Paul?
I thought it was called Flynn's.
It is called Flynn's. Well done. Have an easy point. Question 7. Who was raised by his grandmother, Jodie, and TC in Angelville, Louisiana? Nobody? We're going to have to move on. It was Jesse Custer, the preacher.
Oh.
Right. Question 8. Which clan's disciplines are dominate, fortitude, and presence? Wilf.
Ventrue.
It is Ventrue. Question 9. Nintendo's newest team game, Splatoon, involves 4-on-4 teams battling to control the arena with what? Joe.
Paint guns?
Paint it is. Absolutely. I love that game. Question 10. Who was trained by Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez?
It is cobblers.
Conor McLeod, the Highlander.
Indeed. Trained by a Scottish Egyptian Spaniard
In Scotland.
Played
in
by
Scotland. Question 11. Who took his dog Wadsworth through a hole in his bedroom floor to the magical cuckoo land?
It is cobblers.
Paul.
Jamie
Jamie
and his magic torch.
and his magic torch. Question 12. Call back to my childhood, why don't you?
Sorry.
It's great. I'm the one that wrote the
I was
questions.
gonna
You're
say,
all right.
yes.
Question 12. What animal was the first success story of Gensis's anti-Alzheimer's drug? Wilf.
Sharks.
No. Nobody? Audience.
It was a chimp.
It was a chimp. Do you remember his name?
Caesar?
It was Caesar. Right?
Planet Apes. Oh, Rise of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, if we're going to give the full one.
Fair enough.
All right, question 13. Other than Wolverine, various people have had bones replaced with adamantium. Can you name either of the two women?
It is cobblers.
Paul
Lady Deathstrike.
is one of them. Who's the other? No idea?
No, it's gone.
It's fine. No, you got the point. It's all right.
I want it
Chill out.
I can't.
The audience is raising their hand for some reason, and I'm really curious as
It's
to
really
why.
annoying me. Oh, got it. I can't.
X-23.
It is X23 was the other one. Question 14. Where is Barzoom? Wilf.
Mars.
Mars. And who goes there?
John Carter of Mars.
Yeah. Okay. There's no extra point for it, but I'm just... You got the point. Well done. Question 15. Who on Earth 616 is or has been worthy of holding Thor's hammer? No idea? No, I'm just asking for one person that's picked up Thor's hammer in the Marvel continuity. Wilf.
The Vision.
The Vision is not Earth 616. That's Earth 19999999999. The cinematic universe. It's a good effort, but it doesn't quite count. I asked 616. No? Anyone?
It is
Go
cobblers.
on, Paul.
Nick Fury.
No, he's too much of an evil bastard. We're going to go with either Beta Ray Bill, Captain America, Storm, Jane Foster, Eric Masterson, Cole Law, Odin, Bori, Burr, or Loki. Loki is apparently on the list. There you go. You don't get that final point, but we are done with the quiz. It's time to tot up the final scores and award the prize to the winner. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. The scores that we have. Finally, the audience is in last place with a full 8 points. Well done, audience. Joe,
Narrowly ahead of the audience.
second to last place with 11 points. Well done, Joe. Wilf, you've been ahead the entire game, but unfortunately now you've come in second with 20. Well done. Paul, with a storming final round, brings your score all the way up to 22 points. You are today's winner, and the series is top of the leaderboard champion. Well done, Paul. And here I hand across the magnificent prize of a solid gold medal, not at all made out of plastic. There you go. Are you feeling worthwhile and all the rest of it?
I feel exhausted, frankly. Thank you, yes.
Right.
Success and exhaustion often feel very similar.
Yes.
There you. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Right, now it's time to just chill out, calm down, and I'm going to go with this week we're going to explore where you have been on the internet to throw away far too many hours of your life. Personally, the best website I've visited this week has been the Oatmeal, that place where you can pick up your copy of Exploding Kittens with the most recent Kickstarter. It did quite well, apparently. The Oatmeal is run by Matthew Inman. It's a lot of comics there, a lot of intelligent stuff, and many different guides to how to operate your life, including how to deal with life on an airplane. Just something that entertained me this week. Joe, where have you been on the internet that just throws away too many hours of your life?
For me, that's probably the Drabblecast website, which is a short fiction podcast kind of thing. And they're in the middle of their Lovecraft month, so there's lots of good stuff on there.
The Drabblecraft. Drabblecast. And what's a drabble?
Where a story of a certain length, which I don't know. Which I'm
Okay,
guessing
then.
you do by the way you frame the question.
I think it's something along the lines of a story in under 100 words, but
Yes.
it could be something...
Yeah,
like
that sounds
50.
right. They have those on there as well. They also have slightly longer stories as well.
Rightio.
Very good.
Excellent. Wilf, where have you been on the internet?
I've been on the SCP wiki.
What's SCP?
SCP stands for Secure Containment Protocol. It's a load of fan-made horror stories all designed as articles about objects or things that have been found that are genuinely creepy and descriptive. It's really good.
Okay, so creepy websites that I now have to put on the link dump. Wonderful stuff. Audience, you have been warned. Paul, have you heard of the internet?
I've heard of it.
Okay. Have you been visiting the internet recently? Done anything useful there?
Oh, I know, nothing useful, no.
Okay.
But,
well, what do you want to point us at?
Well, the page I've been visiting most often this week is actually wikis to do with playing Flux, Star Flux in particular.
Yeah.
Because I was introduced to me this summer, much to the horror of the rest of my family.
Right.
And I've been playing it with the kids, and they come up with all the questions that I can't actually answer about how to win and what does this rule mean and that sort of thing. So I've been trawling the internet for answers to those. And
you've not been relying on the old standby of make it up and find out later?
They don't. That doesn't work with them.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for playing, and I think we are done for the evening. Thank you oh so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
The Missing Monkey is a Seven Monkey Productions production. This week's guests were Paul James, Joe Higton and Wilf Watson-James. Your host was John Scholes. The judge with the shotgun was Muriel McGrath. Sound editing by Jim McGrath of Technovoce. Web support by Joe Higton. For the Twitterati, Technovoce can be found at Technovoce. The Missing Monkey can be found at Dr. Missing Monkey. Like us on Facebook, rate us on iTunes or email us at bigbadjohn@themissingmonkey.com with your comments and suggestions. Finally, to become a patron of The Missing Monkey, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to head over to patreon.com/themissingmonkey for more information on how to go about it. Thank you for listening and for your own special brand of geekiness, whatever that may be.
That was The Missing Monkey. Goodbye.